What's up, y'all? You already know what it is. It's another episode of Car Talk with your boy Sense. And today we talking about Andre Bing. I'm not even gonna front. I don't even know what the fuck to say about this, because it's like, I mean, we was all shocked that, at the end of the day, it was a black guy that did this. And this is the second one in a week. A second black guy that's gone off and done a mass shooting in a week. You know what I'm saying? The first guy had targets, unjustified targets. But he had targets. He wasn't just going in there to kill any and everybody. He had specific people who were harassing him at the school, hazing him at the school, tormenting him at the school, and he went specifically for those people. And as far as that goes, you could at least make some type of sense of it. In this situation, this guy, he killed the girl who had been there on her first day. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a chance to offend him or mistreat him. He was just a sick guy, man. And I read the manifesto because I was like, and this is the first time I ever done that, because, it was just such a shocking event to me that I was like, man, what was this guy thinking? You know what I'm saying? So I looked into it. And it all came down to the same thing, man, because, before I even read it, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, this nigga better not be on some, oh, I'm so lonely, nobody ever loved me, oh, if somebody want to love me, and it's because I feel like that's generally what it comes down to. And it generally did. He felt alone at work. He felt like people were making fun of him behind his back. That there was no genuine people in the world. And he felt lonely. He didn't have a girlfriend. He didn't have a wife. All he wanted was somebody to share his life with, that type of stuff. Look, I can't, although, if the script was flipped, most people are going to, try and give some type of sympathy to these guys when they do this type of stuff, when they're of a different color. The mental illness, we gotta take, no. Like, let's not do that for ours, alright? Let's just call it what it is. It's evil. Straight up evil, and it's disgusting, and it's like there's no reason for you to have to get other people involved in your misery. If you're miserable, you're tired of living, kill yourself. Kill yourself. Or seek help. I prefer that you seek help. I don't want to see anybody waste their life. Because like I said, I do believe that everybody has been brought into this world for a purpose. I believe that all of us have a purpose. That God didn't bring none of us here and say, all right, do what you do. Like, every single one of us have a purpose. And this was not his purpose. That's not what God put him here for. That's not what the universe put him here for. He got lost. He got lost in his own emotions. He got lost in his own turmoil and in his own self-indulgence, because if you had stopped to take some time out of thinking about yourself for once and maybe put some of that energy into other people, then you might have found some type of happiness. You might have found some type of joy. You might have found some type of place of healing in helping others, going out and feeding the homeless, or spending your time giving to other people that don't have the things that you wish that you had. He complained about, wish he had, I guess, a better upbringing or whatever. So if that's what you wish, then, join a boys, what is it called, a Big Brothers Club? Join a Big Brothers Club and be some type of guidance to some kid out there, you know? Get yourself some counseling so that you're not passing on your trauma. But be there for somebody else and look outside of yourself, All he was thinking about was himself, how miserable his life was, and how nobody liked him, and nobody bro, we all at this point are happy you're gone. We're just disgusted that you took the rest of the people with you. Let's be honest. At this point, there's not one person in this world that misses him. His own parents are probably disgusted with his existence, bro. And I'm human, so I don't, if you want to judge me for feeling that way, that's fine. I don't care. I'm working on myself, and I'm working on being more forgiving, and I'm working on being more loving towards everybody, and more compassionate. But at this moment, I'm, glad this son of a bitch is gone, really. But, what I'm disgusted with is the fact that he felt he needed to take other people with him, and other innocent people who had done nothing to him. Right? He names a few names in his thing of people that did petty things to him, a little high school shit. Nothing worth dying over, And, but he was just a horribly evil person, So let's not cover it up, and let's not talk about the reasons why he did it and the justifications, and let's not do that. Let's just hold that nigga out to dry and let everybody know we do not support that guy. We do not condone none of his behavior. He's not part of the cookout. He's, you know what I mean? His plate has been revoked. You feel me? That being said, I do think it is important, because I've been through what he's been through. I've been through it in high school. I've been through it in my regular life. You know what I mean? Just people coming after you or attacking you or trying to tear you down or downplay you, or you know what I mean? I guess not all of us have, because some of y'all been cool your entire lives, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to be comfortable with myself. I had to learn how to be okay with myself. I was homeschooled until I was 12 years old. You know what I mean? I had little short stints where my mom would send me to school, I'd get in trouble, and she'd just take me out for another 4 years, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was homeschooled. So when I came into the school system, I wasn't adjusted to being around other kids. I was adjusted to being around adults. I was always thinking older. The way that I spoke was always older. The way that I acted was always older. So I couldn't really fit in with I wasn't really good at fitting in with the immature bullshit that was taking place at my schools, you know what I mean? And so it led to me being ostracized and, people mocking me and, just basically trying to make me feel like I'm other than, right? So as the years progressed, though, I didn't go into my own shell. I found ways of coming out of it. Music was a big part of that for me. Music was a big thing, a big way of me being able to break into social circles that, I wouldn't have had access to normally. And I could sing, I could rap, I could do all these things, and people would look at me differently after, right? So that was my little break-in thing. Some of us don't have that. So it's important for us as human beings to treat other human beings with kindness. I remember as I was growing up in school and stuff, I would always take my time to the kid who everybody clowned on and made fun of, and he was scraggly and had a backpack and he would fucking walk around with his head down. I'd always take my time in high school, in all of my school career. I'd always take my time to say, "What's up, bro? What you doing, man? You feeling good, man? You alright? I bet." Give him a pound or something. That little thing, because by then my status was I was starting to figure out how to navigate this social highway. And so I was able to float through all circles. Like the cool kids was cool with me. The nerds were cool with me. Like I was just cool with everybody because I kind of stuck to my own self. But I was confident in my own self, and I was secure in my own self. And it just made everybody be like, you know what, that nigga's alright. Everybody was cool with me. But I would float through these social circles and let me correct that. I wasn't completely confident in myself, but I learned how to pretend to be. You know what I'm saying? And that made me acceptable. But I would always take the time to say hello to those people, to show them some type of love, because that little thing, like talking to them in the class or making a joke with them, or what's that you doing right now? What you reading? Oh shit, what's that about? Like, you know what I mean? Just having that little interaction with them, that would make them feel like, damn, somebody saw me, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, a big part of why I did it is like, if this motherfucker ever come back to the school and shoot this bitch up, I want him to see my face and remember that I was kind to him. Skip me with them bullets. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie. A big part of it was like, man, like people really don't know what this person's going through. And this nigga might snap one day, and this like little interaction that I'm having with them might be the thing that saves me. But it was also me understanding what it feels like to be alone, what it feels like to be ostracized, what it feels like to be pushed out, what it feels like to be not in the cool kid camp. And it was me sympathizing and showing them love, because they're human beings, bro, and they deserve it. You gotta be careful how you treat people. And once again, I'm completely discounting all excuses. There is no excuses for this man to do what he did. He's a piece of shit. But everybody who pushed him and mocked him and made fun of him behind his back, or pretended to be his friend and then talked about him behind his back, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Because if we all treated each other with a little bit more humanity, there wouldn't be so much anger, or there wouldn't be so much aggression. Like, I remember, I'm starting to, like, actually try and listen to myself now when I interact with people. You know, I seen somebody drop a post on something the other day on social media, and it was a Republican guy, and he was like, something about liberal idiots. And, you know, my initial reaction to these things is to, you know, go into combat mode. It's just like all of us do. We just see something and somebody says something and we go back and we go, oh yeah, you Republican dickhead. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just how we interact with each other on social media especially. And I said, stop, just slow down and speak to him. Never got a response, but my response was calm. I said, why do the liberals have to be idiots because you disagree with them? Isn't it possible? It's okay for you to say, yes, I believe that the liberal ideology and way of thinking and believing and governing led to this event, and I don't agree with liberal policies because of that, without insulting liberals themselves. That opens the door to communication. That opens the door to I don't know why my brain's moving so slow right now. Probably because I'm still tired and I haven't drank all my coffee. But it opens the door to communication, right? Instead, dialogue. Instead of like us always trying to get at each other. I said, why do you have to be a racist just because you believe in Trump or you want to vote for Trump? Can't you just be a person who believes in different policies, who actually supports the policies? And yes, you may know that he's playing into the racism card, but to you, that's not that important. What's more important is the other things that he's pushing, the other agendas that he's pushing, and that means more to you than the playing around with bigotry and racism. That might make you culturally insensitive, that might make you selfish, but it doesn't make you a racist. You may still fuck with black people. You might have black friends and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Black people vote for Trump, so it's clearly not a race thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a selfishness thing. When people are more obsessed with policy than how policy and the way that people are talking affects the world and the environment, the political environment, the cultural environment. I feel like turning this up, but I feel like it's way too late for all that. So anyhow, now you guys can see me for the last couple seconds of the fucking video. Yeah, but you see what I'm talking about. It's just about making a conscious effort to try and interact with people in a more respectful manner and give people the opportunity to respond back respectfully. Doesn't always work. For example, this guy just disappeared, bro, because he didn't get the fight that he was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Another guy today who I tried to respond to respectfully, he was a black guy who was disrespecting, I can't remember the name of the runner, but she's a black American runner and she wears the long nails and the eyelashes and shit like that. And she got canceled out of the Olympics for smoking weed or whatever, right? But it was a video of her doing her thing, and she's coming back and she's building herself and she's coming back. And it was a guy who had said, it's a shame that she's not a better representation of our people out here and shit like that. And I said, what the fuck is a good representation of our people? She's a top-level athlete who made it to the Olympics. Yeah, sure, her mother died and she got succumbed to the stress and puffed a little bit of a tree before a fucking race. But at the end of the day, how many of you are top athletes that were capable, never mind able, to get to the Olympics? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not a good representation of our community because of how she chooses to dress. Then what the I said that just it comes down to you valuing the opinion of external races more than you value the opinion of your own. Because there's no other reason that you should look down upon this woman who's accomplished so much in her life just because she wears long nails and eyelashes. That's only looked down upon in other cultures. There's plenty of people, I'm sure you got an aunt, a cousin, an aunt, a sissy, one of them, who got the same nails and eyelashes on. You got somebody in your fucking lineage who did it or does it continuously to this day. You feel me? So, and then another guy came behind and said something, and he was an older gentleman, so I said, you know what? I was like, I responded to him, but I was like, I'm keeping it respectful because you're an elder. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to know, like, this is my response. This is what I think about what you said. I'm just keeping it respectful because you're an elder. The guy hit me back with some, you goofy and all this type of shit. Full gray beard, bro. Talked about I'm a goofy. I was like, oh, you's a bitch ass nigga, bro. I went on the Twitter. I got my Twitter fingers on, bro. I got my Meek Mill hands on, dog. You feel me? I went viral on homie. But, you know, you're not always going to be successful. You're not always going to keep your calm. Or you're not always going to keep that love. But let's try, man. Let's try. Let's try and show more love to the people around us. Let's try and take the time to show love to the people around us who look like they're struggling with life. You know? Some of them don't even look like it, so that's why you just gotta show love to everybody. Because apparently this guy was very good at disguising himself as a regular human being. He's very good at disguising himself as sane. I hope you guys have been able to hear me today, because it was way too hot for me to leave the windows up. And the car shakes too much for me to fucking have the AC on. I ain't go cap, man. I ain't go cap. But yeah, man, show each other some love, bro. Show each other some love out here. This world is tough, and everybody's not built to handle it. You feel me? Some of us are a lot stronger than other people, so let's show that love. Let's spread that love. I already know what time it is. For anybody ever thinks that, baby. Whoa!